The Business Bully Podcast is being brought to you by Audible. And let me tell you something, Audible is so great right now that you get a 30-day free trial complete with a free audiobook download. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. It's a great way for you to support the show. And without any further ado, baby, it's bully time. So let's get this party started live.
He's been an award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now, one of the leading brand experts and business coaches in the U.S. is bringing his unique brand of straight talk to the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now, here's the Business Bully himself, David Anderson.
Yay! Yes! I love it when a plan comes together, people. What is going on? I am Dave Anderson. I am the Business Bully. Welcome to the Business Bully Podcast, episode 6. Look at us. We are doing our thing. We've been here a minute. We're getting some things happening. I'm excited. And this is the first time I'm actually doing a show absolutely live. No recuts, no edits, no ticks, no tapes, no guests. Just me and you speaking. I'm spitting that real, son. So I'm extremely excited right now. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am amped about this. This is going to be really cool. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who's been supporting the show, who's been sharing the show. Every time I put out a show, it gets retweeted a ton of times. So thank you so much. I'm excited, and I hope that you are excited too, man. And I thank everybody for just being there for me and just, supporting the show. It really means a lot. So thanks. Now, I want to talk today about something that a lot of people who are, fans of me, for whatever strange reason, I do appreciate it. But I want to talk about Care Bears. Okay, and I want to tell you why I'm talking specifically about Care Bears today, because it's extremely important. So a lot of times I'm in a lot of different groups, and in one of the groups, I got tagged out of nowhere by a guy I'd never heard of. His name is Don Folden, and Don says, "Dave Anderson, I wish you would speak on the importance of separating business and personal feelings, which I think hampers a lot of black-owned business people. Not just black-owned business people, Don, every damn body." So, without further ado, I am going to teach you how to kill a Care Bear. Now, what is a Care Bear, you may ask? Well, it's a toy. It's a cartoon show. It's a fluffy stuffed animal. But in this metaphoric world, a Care Bear, if you've ever seen the Care Bears or are familiar with them, they live in a magical land up in the clouds, away from everybody, and it's called Care-a-Lot. Okay, and so these Care Bears, they go and they look down on, kids and people, and they see that the world needs hugs and kisses and political correctness, and they want to sit around and make sure that they get it. And how do they do that? Because they have magical power. So they fly down on rainbows and sunbeams and starshines and puffy clouds, and they go and they stare. They stare at a problem, and their chest lights up. The chest gets real puffy and it lights up. And if you're the good luck Care Bear, you throw shamrocks at people. If you're the lots of love Care Bear, then you're throwing hearts at people and rainbows and sprinkles and jimmies and chocolate covered goodness. I don't know. They're spilling shit all over the place. I don't know. Anyway you slice it, they all want everybody to hug and kiss and get along, and everything is supposed to be perfect and real. And yeah, I'm not really here for that. I think it's ridiculous. I think that it's absolutely stupid. And if you like the Care Bears as a kid, no problem. I like the Care Bears as a kid. I think I actually got my dad, when I was 5 years old, to take me to see the Care Bear movies, because they had Care Bear cousins. And the Care Bear cousins live in a place called the Forest of Feelings. And you know what's funny? The Care Bears are not alone, because there's a lot of you living in the Forest of Feelings and in Care-a-Lot, up in the clouds, staring down at people making moves and using their life. You care about what people think, and it is killing you. It is absolutely murdering and murking you right now. And it makes no sense. And it really bothers me, because there's no need for you to do that. All you have to do is focus. Like I've been telling you, you got to literally focus on what makes sense. But you're not doing that, are you? You're focusing on everything but. You guys love these damn Care Bears. You love them. And I don't know why you love them so much. Like, you love being Care Bears. You love acting like a Care Bear. I literally have gone on consults with people and they say, well, I feel as though we should do it this way. And I said, oh, for real? You know who doesn't feel like that? Your bank account. How has that been working for you, doing this thing where you're just constantly trying to do whatever? Let's see what's going on right now. Looks like somebody's calling. Let's see who's calling and trying to bust up my show right now. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
For some reason, we can't hear these folks. I don't know why that is.
I can hear you.
But folks are calling, but I
you
can't hear them. So we're going to get that fixed. So I don't know why that's happening, but I don't know why that is. But for some reason, I can't hear when people are calling in. Live show, what are you going to do? Anyway, anyhow, right? This Care Bear mentality is the absolute worst. I don't know why people aren't, getting their situation together. I don't know why they're not enjoying themselves. I don't know why they're not living their lives to the fullest. Because this Care Bear mentality, it's absolutely going to kill you. It is going to cripple you. And I don't know what I can do to make you see the importance of working on yourself. Stop trying to be everything to everybody. You can't do that. I literally have people, right? And here's the thing, right? I'll never forget this as long as I live. I had a client, and this client was a Care Bear. And this client, let's just say she made napkins. She didn't make napkins, but I don't want to blow her out. She made napkins, right? And she wanted to call her napkins Handy Nap napkins, let's just say. They weren't called Handy Nap napkins, but I'm trying to be respectful because I'm trying to respect the Care Bears. And she was like, well, I love Handy Nap napkins, and those are the napkins that I make, and there's this, that, and the third. And I say to her, I said, listen, man, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's already a company called the Handy Nap Napkin Company. And they own the property of that name. I'm like, you didn't even bother to check to see if your name was available before you just went out here and started printing up T-shirts with this god awful, clip art logo you got. Like, who does that? And she legitimately was like, no, I didn't. I'm like, all right, so check this out, right? You got a kid. If the Handy Nap Napkin Company decided they wanted to sue you, they would win. Because you don't have a leg to stand on. Because you basically stole their intellectual property and have been running around on it. But I love it. It's my name. It's what people know me for. It's my brand. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to need you to stop right now. Because the truth of the matter is you are a fry cook at Burger Chef who happens to sell Handy Nap napkins on the side. And they're not even Handy Nap napkins. They're your knockoff version of Handy Nap napkins because you didn't know Handy Nap napkins existed. Do you see how backwards that is? Oh my God. And so literally she got mad. Well, I feel like you don't understand and you don't respect my vision. It's not your vision, it's somebody else's vision. That Care Bear, well, I feel I should be able to use this name. It's not your name to use. That kind of mentality is what makes people lose in this game. And it sucks really, really bad because you want people to win. I mean, I know for a fact that I definitely want people to win. But if they're not willing to do the work and they're not looking to make things happen, I can't make that happen for them. So, it's a pain in the neck. So I don't know why people do that, but I think it's for a few reasons. First, I feel like the Care Bears worry so much about feelings because they want people to like them. People liking you is not a prerequisite for your business being successful. People don't like Donald Trump. I don't particularly like Donald Trump, but Donald Trump is winning right now. And politically, that's a nightmare. But Donald Trump doesn't care if you think it's a nightmare. He wants you to go out here and vote for him and do whatever you need to do in order to feel good, for him. He wants results. He wants to make it happen. And I don't know why you guys don't get that concept. So basically, the Care Bear mentality is one where you just have to stop that. Because here's what happens when you're a Care Bear. When you care about feelings and about what everybody thinks, you get yourself into this place where you can't get anything accomplished. Because you're trying to serve everybody. You don't want to disappoint anybody, so you don't do anything for anybody. Right? So here's what you have to do, right? Here's why I'm not here for feelings, all right? Feelings need to be destroyed. They need to have their place in your romance and your dealings with your children, your friends and family, stuff like that. But business is business, and it's not personal. I will do everything that I possibly can if you cross me business-wise to destroy you, and I can buy you a beer afterwards. It's not personal. It's just that I got stuff to do, but people don't know how to effectively manage their feelings, and that's a problem. And when you have unruly emotions, it doesn't solve anything. Crying is a good outlet. I think it has a great place. I cry. I'm a sensitive guy, believe it or not. I'm just not going to cry for dumb stuff. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, you got to stop acting as if, that behavior is normal, because it's not, and let me let you in on a little secret, right? There has never been anyone who has been successful in this world, with the exception of Mother Teresa. And I'm talking business successful though, who has not had to separate business from personal. It's just something that you just have to do. And so we're going to try this very simply so that we can really get there. And I'm going to try and give you, some tips to get out of your feelings and get into your business. Number one, do not do business with people you love. Here's what I mean when I say that. Like if the relationship could go south because you are in business with them and business goes bad between you and them, you're going to wind up with a whole lot of problems that you don't want to have. And there's nothing that you can really do about that. So what winds up happening is you got a situation where you can't necessarily function, because people are looking at you in a way where they're like, but you're my friend. Like, no. You pay me to do a job, right? Instead of being a Care Bear, what I need you to do is be more like the Pied Piper. And I don't mean R. Kelly, because he's a pedophile, he's a monster, he's a creep. I said it, that's my opinion. But I need you to be like the Pied Piper. Here's how the Pied Piper operated. He operated from a gunslinger mentality. And here's what that means, in case you don't know. The Pied Piper comes into Hamelin. He was not from Hamelin. Hamelin had a rat problem, okay? And they tried everything to get the rats out. They tried poison. They tried traps. The rats was just too smart. I mean, these was like some pizza rat, New York City, 5-foot giant rats. And so they're having all of these scholars come through, and all the scholars are trying to figure out what to do. Oh, what are we going to do about a rat problem, this, that, and the third? So the Pied Piper shows up. He gets his swagger on. He rolls up in there and he says, hey, I understand y'all got a rat problem. No problem. I can get rid of those rats for you. And everybody says, oh, for real? Would you? And he's like, absolutely. And they said, okay, well, what do you need? And he said, however much you wanted in gold. I don't remember. I haven't heard that story in 30 years, but I do remember the basic premise. And it goes like this. The piper goes out and he gets on his pipe. And I don't mean the crack pipe. I mean, he had like a flute, a lyra, maybe a recorder that you had in like third grade. And he starts fluting, baby. He's flute, 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 flute. I'm not Ron Burgundy. I don't play the jazz flute. But anyway and anyhow, he played a song so sweet that all those rats went and dove their asses into the water and drowned. So the rats get out of Hamelin. So now Hamelin is rat free. So the piper did his job, right? You may not like the way the piper did his job. Maybe you don't want rats in your river, but I'd rather have rats in my river than rats in my bedroom. So, what winds up happening is the piper goes to collect. So the piper goes to these scholars and the mayor and everybody and all the muckety mucks to go collect his bread. And they tell the piper, well, good luck with that. And the piper's like, oh, yeah, that's what you're going to do? You going to get gangster like that? All right, no problem. So he leaves. And while everybody slept, the piper played a different tune. And this tune was so beautiful and so hypnotic that all of the children of Hamelin could not resist the piper's song. And the piper goes and he takes all the children and he runs away with them. Now, the piper runs away with the children because people didn't pay. So I want to take the one thing that you care about. That's business. If you and I get into a partnership and you can't afford what I have, right? And I own a piece of your business and now you want to get out now that I've given you my time, my hard work, my energy, my effort, and my talent. Well, you're going to find that there's a clause in that contract that says, I got you by the short and curlies. That's called good business. And that's what smart people do. It's not personal. But see, when you try to fuck me personally, I fuck back. And it's not pretty. And I'm sorry to use that language because I know there's some sensitive Care Bears who think that because I said fuck, I'm a bad guy. And I'm not. But sometimes certain things just it doesn't go as well when you say hooping funt. I said if you try to fuck me, which means that you have no passion, no love, no care, but you're going to try to take something from me forcibly without my consent, that's rape. And if you're a rapist, oh, no. I will punish you. And that's what that is. And there are a lot of people out here who try to punish folks, for not doing the right thing and for trying to, see what's what. So let's see something here. I think I had a caller earlier. I think I figured out what was happening. So we're going to try and get this caller back. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? I was calling to be on the pod.
Yeah,
who's on the podcast?
Hey, who's this?
This is LaShonda Fitzgerald.
Hey, what's going on, LaShonda Fitzgerald? What's happening with you?
I'm just driving home.
Driving home. That's what's up. Mm-hmm. All right, so you're on the show. You're live. What's up? I got this phone situation worked out.
I was on the show. I just got bombarded.
Bombardment! I just came in and decided that, I'm calling you back. What's up?
I know, because I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me.
Live radio. This is what we do, man. I decided to do the show live. I got bored recording it. I got tired of editing. I said, let me just go live. Give the people something different. Give them some new energy. So what's going on?
Okay, so can I send a shout out? Like, is that how this goes? Send a shout out and make a request to my boo, not that kind of shout out.
No, I don't. I'm retired. I don't do shout outs. No, this ain't the quiet storm. It's the business bully.
We're doing business topics.
Yep. What's up?
Okay, so I do have a business question. Would you hire a business coach that's never actually implemented what they're coaching in their business?
No.
I've come across a lot of coaches, and they are advertising for things that they themselves have not done. It's kind of unethical to me. What do you think?
Well,
what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Yeah, no, that wouldn't make sense. Why would anybody do that?
I don't know. There's a lot of people that do that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think we decided not to do that.
Yeah, we definitely should.
It's like the difference between theory and practice. That's it.
Pretty damn much. Well, I definitely appreciate you checking in, love.
Thank you.
You got it. Take care. Heck yeah. There's some people who can do it, and there's some people who can't. So there are people who walk it, and there are people who talk it. I walk my talk. You can check the stats. And before I go any further, I definitely want to take some time and talk about Audible. Oh my goodness. So if you go to audibletrial.com/bully, you are able to get a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. And there's so many titles to choose from, man. It's absolutely amazing how many titles you can get. So I want you guys to go and check it out right now. audibletrial.com/bully. There's a lot of different books on there. You know, you can get Divergent by Veronica Roth. You can get The Book Thief. If you've ever seen that movie, it's cool. One thing that I will tell you, though, is you got to try all different types, because there's so many genres there. There are famous people doing stuff. There are non-famous people doing stuff. So it's always a good thing to go there and see what you like. You know, and you'd be surprised how much information you retain when you get an Audible book. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, if you go ahead to audible.com, audibletrial.com/bully, you will be able to get things that make sense, you know, for you. You know, things that are going to help you with your business. If you need motivation, they've got that there. There's all types of books. Les Brown's got books up there. Lisa Nichols has books. Brendan Burchard. Yeah, so it's a really, really good situation. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, so getting back to the topic, people. There are always people, no matter what you do, that are going to have a complaint. There are always people, no matter what you do, are going to bitch and moan. Sometimes people just don't get it. Do you know who are a bunch of Care Bears? If you want a real life Care Bear example, right? If you've ever, I don't know how religious you are, but if you've ever seen like the Ten Commandments or the story of Moses, Moses is a real interesting story. You know, I'm sure you all know this as kid. You know, the Pharaoh says we're going to kill all the firstborn sons of Egypt. So one lady puts her baby in a basket. Basket winds up going to one of the Egyptian princesses. She raises that kid. That kid is Moses. Moses finds out, hey, you know what? Yeah, you're actually a Hebrew Israelite, and yeah, you're called by God to go free your people. And God appears to him, burning bush, all that. That's not the part I want to tell you. I want to tell you about the Care Bears that Moses had to deal with that had him in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. All right. It's like this. Moses is trying to get people out of Egypt. He parted the Red Sea, for goodness sakes. Still not enough for these people. And they're like, we're hungry. We want bread. So he talks to God. God gives them manna from heaven. Right? They can only take as much as they need. They can't take any more than that. And what winds up happening is they have a situation where they don't get enough of anything. You know, they're not happy. So then they say, well, we want meat. And so then God gives them duck or quail or whatever the hell it was, some kind of bird they can eat. You know, and it's just like these people kept complaining and whining and bitching and moaning, but they were never doing anything. They were just constantly bitching, you know. People, and what made it bad was they stopped, right? Moses goes to the mountain. He goes to see God. He's up there trying to get the 10 Commandments. The damn Care Bears basically surround Moses' brother, and it's like, yo, you gonna build me a god, because you know Moses probably died on the side of that mountain. Your brother's dead. You might as well take the skills you got and make something that we can worship. So we're gonna give you all our jewelry. You're gonna make us a golden calf. So he makes him a golden calf, you know. And Moses is like, y'all so crazy. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, no faith, because things don't happen on your time. You think that you are somehow entitled, or you know better than what Moses does. Moses is the leader. You're not the leader. So sometimes you have to watch what people do, and you also have to watch who you deal with. And here's what I mean. These Care Bears usually come in a package of nickel and dime clients. So that's another way you can get rid of Care Bears. Stop messing with nickel and dime clients. I literally just got rid of my last nickel and dime client. Not because I don't respect people who have little money. It's just that people with little money always demand the most from you. And they don't have any clue as to what they're doing. They will sit up there and try to besmirch your work. They will talk trash about you. They will act an ass. But then they'll still use the stuff that they say doesn't work or isn't good for you or isn't right for you. Oh, they'll talk all kinds of craziness, all while quoting your stuff. You know, I've ghostwritten books for people that they said they didn't like, and then, you know, they go and sell them. You know, so it's always something. And it's always been really interesting to me how people, you know, when it's time to really cut a check, or hold themselves accountable, then all of a sudden they start disappearing and making all these outlandish claims. You know what I'm saying? And it's never anybody who paid any real money. It's always the nickel and diamonds. It's always the folks doing top flight security on the side, or they working at Chuck E. Cheese, or they're scrubbing toilets in the back of the local caddy shack. It's never anybody who is really about their business and is serious about their business. They don't have a business license. They don't have an LLC. They don't have anything going for them. Their personal life is in shambles. They can't keep their cock in their pants. They're cheating on their wives, or cheating on their husbands or boyfriends, or whatever the case may be. Their kids look like pickaninnies. It's never anybody who's doing things the right way. So you got to kind of get to a point where you eliminate those people. Not because you think that you're better than those people, but it's a matter of making sure that those people respect what it is that you bring to the table. And if they don't, you're going to have a problem. And you don't need those types of headaches. I mean, you really don't, because it will drive you up a wall. And I don't know how else to say that other than to say it as plainly as I just did. So it is an exciting time. It really is. And I'm excited for you guys. So another thing that you can do to avoid Care Bears is make sure that they understand where you're coming from, and you set parameters early on. A lot of people don't set parameters. A lot of people go about their business and not really do anything. It's kind of like just fly by night. And so what winds up happening is, they just wind up getting themselves in a situation where they can't back it up. And that is crazy. So, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. But no, in all seriousness, no, you can't be upset because people don't get it. You can't let any of that nonsense stop you. You have to keep going. You have to push through it. If I had stopped at every time somebody had a complaint, I'd never get anything done. And then another thing that I think is extremely important is you got to focus on the people who want you. The people who really are tuned in, dialed in, and can make things happen. Those are the people you really have to, work on. Everybody else, it's one of those things where you can't concern yourself with them. Otherwise, you're literally going to go crazy. And it's a sin and a shame, but sometimes that has to happen. And the only thing that I can tell you is that they gonna learn, and if they don't, that's your fault. You know what I mean? You have got to, you got to make sure that you get that stuff together, point blank and period. I will tell you this. I finally got a date for for my appearance on the Breakfast Club. So millions of people are definitely going to get this bully work. And I'm excited because I'm going to have on my B.O.B. jacket, which is full of patches from business owners. And that's going to be a huge, huge, huge situation. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be March 21st. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to getting ready for my new film, which is called Preventable Death, which is going to be an awesome situation. I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. So it's just talking about my weight loss journey and everything that I've done up to that point. So it's cool, man. Like I'm really happy, man. I'm really blessed. I'm not even going to sit up here and hold you and tell you anything but that. Now, on to something else before I go, because I've been wanting to touch on this for a minute. People ask me all the time to join their network marketing groups, and I see nothing wrong with network marketing, except there's always an except with me, right? Except that with network marketing, there are people who just don't get it, and they do what they're told. See, here's the thing, right? When people are on top, the people on top always want to stay on top, and they want to have a bunch of people under them, and that's fine. But they're also getting their orders from headquarters, and headquarters is telling people to do things a certain way. And a lot of those things that they're telling folks who are in network marketing, before I even get into that, let me back up. What is network marketing? That's when people are selling products that they did not create, that they do not necessarily own, but they're licensed to sell them. Girl Scout cookies are a form of network marketing to a certain extent. Avon, 5 Links, World Ventures. I mean, there are a bunch of these companies, and I'm not saying that any of these companies are illegitimate. I am saying that sometimes the way that they go about trying to sell things leave a lot to be desired, because a lot of these companies want you to go one-on-one and have a meeting and have people in your house, and I'm not doing that. I'm just going to be real straight up honest with you. I like my home, and I don't like my home besmirched by other people and their energies, because I don't know what they're bringing into my house. So I'm going to give you this one for free. You want to be able to create interest in around what it is that you sell, and not in the way that everybody else does it, because everybody else is going to have a meeting and they're going to come and they're going to tell you, hey, go tell 5 of your friends that you have a business opportunity. And then they can come to the hotel and you can pose by my BMW or my Porsche or my pink Cadillac or whatever the, dangling carrot for Negroes it is. And, I'll do all the, I'll go and I'll close them for you. Where they tell you, you can go out and get these folks and get them to sign up under you, and then you have built up your downline and your pipeline and your streamline and your peep line. And look, that is corny. Here's what I would do if I was ever in network marketing. Take notes, because I'm only going to say this once. I would figure out what network marketing company I'd want to deal with based upon my lifestyle, who I am, and what my personal brand is. Okay, so then I would start building myself up as an authority in that personal brand, whatever that is. And then once I did that, then I would start creating content over and over and over again, and, build my email list up, talk to people, this, that, and the third, and really get it that way. And then I start rolling out offers. But what they have you do is they have you go in one by one, and just try to get people to come through and try to get people to come see you and talk to you and so on and so forth. And that's corny. That's never going to be the way that you get to the top. It's just not. So what you need to do is get on your game and establish yourself as an expert and get folks together, because that is the easiest way that you can make money with network marketing. Establish yourself as an expert, build up your own products, things that like talk about stuff in that space. So if you're like an insurance salesman, you want to talk about all the things that insurance products can do for people, because that's helpful, and that will definitely change some lives. So if you're going to do that, then you're rocking and rolling, and we can get this party started, but trying to do it the way that everybody else is doing it is a surefire sucker's bet to Loserville, and you don't want to be there, because it's definitely not cool. All right. So yeah, man, real short show today. I'm not doing any guests for the first time, and I normally like to bring you some guests. I do have some guests that are coming up, but I really wanted to just talk about killing the Care Bears. We got to talk about the need of self-fulfillment. We have to talk about doing what we need to do for ourselves. We have to be very honest with ourselves. We have to be ethical with ourselves, and we have to talk the talk and walk the walk. And, thanks out to that caller too, who had a good question about business coaches doing what they need to do. Having a business coach that doesn't do what they need to do or do what they say that they're going to do is like having a personal trainer that doesn't know how to do what he needs to do. And that really sucks. So you got to do what makes the most sense, man. But you got to kill these Care Bears, because when people are up in their feelings, they're not thinking logically, and when they don't think logically, that's when bad things happen. All right. So I really hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed being here. I thank you so much, and Oh, that sound means I'm out of time, people. It's time for me to get the hell from out of here. So I love you. There's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Until next time, you got to go out here and make it happen. You got to make it rain. You got to get it popping. You got to do what's necessary to make things go. All right. So I'll see you guys next time. You take care of yourself and make sure that if you have not followed me on Twitter, you can do so at My Inner Brand. You can also go to facebook.com/The Business Bully. You can find me there. Instagram, I believe, is Inner Brand. So yeah, definitely check me out. Oh, and before I forget, let me see what I can do here. I want to make sure that you guys understand that I'm excited about everything, and I really, really want you guys to go out here and get my book, Pitch, Close, Upsell, Repeat. A Practical Guide to Sales Dominance. It's absolutely awesome. Oh, also, I know I'm leaving, but I you know how you remember stuff, so you're doing all your last minute shout outs. Make sure that you go get April Beverly's book. Congratulations to April Beverly. Oh my gosh. Yes. April Beverly, her new book, Shots Fired, How to Write Copy That Pierces Hearts and Opens Wallets. It just made the Amazon bestseller list. So congratulations to April Beverly. Make sure you check her out. She is super dope. So go get that book. It's called Shots Fired, and that's April with a Y. All right. So that's APRYL Beverly. So look her up, man. That's a great book. I hope she does an audio book too, because you can get that at audibletrial.com/bully. See how I did that? Yeah, man. And yeah, like I said, her book is called Shots Fired. So I will see you guys next time, man. Hope all is well, and y'all be easy, all right? And take care, man, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.